martial arts film?
It was, yeah, it was really kind of crazy. I didn't really, again, as before, I didn't even know what I was auditioning for. So I think sometimes if you don't know what you're auditioning for, you actually do a better job. You know, not knowing what the pressure is of what's behind it, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I just got in there and did my best, mate.
Brilliant job, and obviously there's some really nice scenes in there, specifically homages to Shaw Brothers, The Raid.
Yes.
You know, I think there was some really great creative ideas. What did you think of that? Obviously, when you were working on the film,
it was crazy because I got there and Dan Gross, he did one of the Halloween movies. He did Island End of Game with Donnie Yen. It was End of Game, wasn't it? Yeah. And he did. He's such a kung fu fan, and he wanted to make a movie with lots of kind of his favourite movies, references throughout the film. And it was mad because I got there and we had like 2 weeks, and it was just incredible. It's the first film I've been on where we had all the cast and did a table read. Never done that before, which was cool. And you know, meetings with the director, costume, makeup, across all the departments. They actually made all the weaponry as we were doing the rehearsals. So I went in there and I thought, oh, what weapons can I use? Yeah, and I thought I trained at the Shaolin Temple when I was 20 years old, the Shaolin monks, and I learned the monk spade. And I saw a monk spade and I thought, I've got to use one of them. I'm going to use one of them in the film. So yeah, it was just incredible.
Movies like that, which is great to see. But you also had a massive array of talent in the film. You know, you got Caitlin Gichelle, you've got Jade Zhu, you've got Jose Manuel, who obviously Eagle Eye viewers will know because he did a fight scene with Marco Zaror at the start of Fist of the Condor. So you got a lot of talent. What was it like working with them?
They're now my family. They're so lovely. Everyone was incredible on this movie. I can't say that enough. You know, when I got out there, it was just phenomenal. I just couldn't believe I was there, to be fair. You know, I work hard and I do what I do and I love what I do. But it was, you know, I appreciate Shannon McIntosh for casting me and Paramount for approving me. And the thing that was really interesting with these films, obviously, you know, a lot of times now you don't, you know, I wouldn't class myself as a newcomer because I'm 51 and I've been doing it a long time. But to get an opportunity like that, they're really hard to come by these days. And it was I was so grateful to have that opportunity.
Yeah, you did a great job as well.
Right. They dressed them in the exact same costumes, masks. I didn't know who they were, so timing and knowing who was coming at me was really hard. It was real because it was spinning around in circles, and I was spinning around in circles. I lost who was going to come at me first. It was confusing, really confusing, which hopefully helped it look like that way.
No, it's great, and obviously we can talk a bit about Sarah Chang because she obviously put her stamp on the action scene. She was the action director. Obviously, people know her from Accident Man 2. So,
yes.
What was it like working with Sarah?
Sarah's again so lovely, amazing choreography, amazing just work. We worked together as a tight knit team, and she used the strengths of everybody. And we shot. We had about a week or two of rehearsals, and they were previewed. I've got them on my phone actually, the original previews. No, incredible, and she's just such a gem to work with.
Great.
And obviously you saw a cameo in there as well, yeah?
Did I?
Did anyone see
on.
Sarah?
Who saw it?
Sarah's
Anyone?
cameo.
Yeah.
Where was it?
She was the one who you unmarked.
She was, yeah, she was the one that we find out that they're just like us, kind of thing. That they've been thrown and trapped in the Kung Fu game.
good to get them in there anyway. Good to get a cameo in. So.
Sure.
Yeah, great. But no, I think obviously your film, it comes with that polish, it comes with that slick look, and obviously the sound effects were great. You know, sometimes independent films tend to get impacted on that, but obviously it's nice for yourself to have a film like that which has that kind of gloss to it. That's obviously what the likes of Shannon McIntosh brought onto the project. So yeah, I think obviously with someone like her, you've got that quality.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, she was great. I just, you know, I was to be fair, at the first I was scared, but then relaxed into it, kind of thing. And because she's done so many big movies, you know, the last two actors she worked with before working with me was Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. So, and then the producers watched the monitors constantly. So it was one of them where it was kind of nerve-wracking, but then I just relaxed and everyone was just so lovely. It was just, yeah, it was the best experience, you know. And I've done a lot of movies. I've done so many, and it's amazing when you get a team that all are on the same page and all want to make a great movie, and it's just, yeah, it was just a joy.
Yeah, it was a great mix as well, obviously of obviously all the performers in the film. And in terms of the fight scenes, so let's take the first one, say the forest fight, where they have the forest set. How many days was that to shoot?
Oh, I have to put my minds back now. It was 1.5 days.
Wow, 1.5 days. So not a huge amount of time.
Not a lot of time. We had the prep, but the shoot time was quite tight on certain
ones,
days.
which I really like, is obviously the train one with the raid. Influence on it, but you know, really nice scene. And that was how many days? Was that a similar kind of?
That was 2 days because we split Jade's scene and mine and Caitlin's.
Yeah, it's great though. It really looks nice, and obviously there's a lot of care and attention gone into how it's all been lit and shot. So
definitely. Well, it was incredible because as we were shooting, the people that built the sets were incredible. They were just constantly building around us as we were shooting, and it was just, yeah, the team they had was just incredible. So lovely, really nice people.
Yeah, because I think as Dan was saying at the start of the film on the intro, it was all shot in Mexico. Is that right? In our studio set.
Yeah, Fox studio set, and they've shot films like obviously it was designed for Titanic. You know the bit where he's sitting there drinking his mimosa, when you first see the main villain, that's where James Cameron watches rushes for Titanic. Yeah, that was his personal screening room. So the whole kind of film had so much history. You know the spaceship bit at the beginning, that's an X-Men spaceship interior. Yeah. So basically what they did, they created the movie around the studio. Which was very clever, and they just built certain sections of it. The void rooms where we all kind of hang out, each one of them was built separately and differently, you know, each time. And it's pretty much as we shot it, it got destroyed, and then they changed it. So it was, yeah, a lot of work.
Fantastic. Your training routine. How were you training for the film? What were you doing? What was your routine?
Well, the moment I got to Mexico, I got food poisoning. Very nice. Yeah, I ate a really dodgy taco, and I ended up kind of, I was bad though. I was so bad. You know, when you see the ceiling, it's spinning around, and they sent me to hospital. I was that bad, and it was pretty horrendous. So I was eating Jello for about like a week and a half, and even when we were about to shoot, we were doing some rehearsals on set, and I thought I was in trouble. The producer just points at me, come here, kind of thing like that, and then I go out and said, oh, you're still not right, are you? And I was, oh no, I'm all right, I'm fine. And so I got sent to hospital to have another check, and it was because obviously I've never been in that position where if something's wrong with me, the movie doesn't start.
Luckily, they didn't send you home.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, very lucky.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
They had a beard on the side ready just to get
Yeah.
to someone.
You know the shots where we're escaping at the end. That was probably the hardest day. You know why? My feet.
Why?
I've been wearing kung fu slippers for literally 8 weeks, and the fin and the floors are so solid, and my feet were killing. So I was really struggling to run. You know, it's really tough.
Shame you didn't. They didn't give you the proper trainers, the Chuck Norris action pants. Make sure you're all sorted for the film. But no, that's great. Really.